Guten Morgen, darlings. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen, darlings. Basking. You know I love you. Basking. I can't tell what you're speaking. I can't tell what mine is. Where are your people from? Maybe Mississippi all night long. Apparently your skin has been kissed by the sun. You make me wanna Hershey's kiss your licorice. Every time I see your leaves, it makes me think of honey coated chocolates. Your kisses are words more than gold to me. I'll be your almond joy, you be my sugar daddy. Brown skin, you know I love your brown skin. I can tell where yours begins. I can't tell where mine is. Okay, y'all, so I was like, I don't know Kenya Barris. He's not my family. He was supposed to be, I guess, working for me when I first started, like, as far as the Cosby show goes. Like, I think I met this person when I was 4, so that was 78, 79, 80, 81. So let's just put that on the timeline. Today, I added some stuff to the timeline. So, like, over here, if you put in, like, these as titles, then you can get an outline. Also, like, if you put in some stuff, I think, as a heading, then you'll get, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, this is probably a heading. So right here, it's like today's, I'm adding intellectual property, a work or invention that is a result of creativity, such as a manuscript or a design to which one has rights and for which one may apply for a patent, copyright, or trademark. Intellectual property. In intellectual property areas, an infringement refers to an unauthorized use of a copyrighted or patented invention. And that's it. Trademark infringement, patent infringement, and copyright infringement. So that's it. So anyway, like I said, I was young and somebody came to me about, like, I was just coming up with ideas, like, and I was just so cute. So it's like, let's make a show, and then we'll call it Rudy. So here we go. I created idea for Rudy. So around this time is when I became an executive, music executive. And a music executive and a, what is this thing? And a television executive. I also became a writer at this time. A writer, a scientist, music executive, television executive. This is when I became a writer, a scientist, a choreographer. They tried to say I was a genius. Brilliant. So choreographer, scientist, what else? They tried to make me a doctor. I was like, no, I'm not doing that shit. So that was it. So choreographer, that's it. So I just started, like, kind of hanging out and working for TV. I would do this for So I was like 3 or 4 years old. So then I have 81, 82, 83. I would do this until I was like age 8, right? So Cosby started when I was 7, right? So 1978, 1984 minus 1978. I was 6. So Cosby started when I was 6. So these are all my ideas for TV because I go to Morrison. I love my school. Look, y'all. And at the time, I did not know that all these people were like so jealous of me, okay? Because they knew more than what I thought they knew. I didn't know they knew all this stuff. So that's when Cosby Show started. I was 6 years old, going on 7, right? Yep. I was actually 1984. Yeah, I was 7. I was 7 years old. But that's me. I changed TV. Let's do a different world too, because that's like something for my cousin Nikki, and I don't know. Nikki never went to college, but I'm pretty sure a different world starts the year that Nikki graduated or something like that, or Nikki stopped school. I'm not joking. So 1987 to 1993. I'm just gonna put that on there. Because I have to sue for all of us. Like, and I'm thinking that they had issues with Lisa Bonet because Nikki could write. Nikki was a writer. 1987, 1993. And that's the messed up part. That's when I started thinking about it this morning. I was like, he must have thought, because y'all see, they used to talk about Pretty Girl all the time. And Pretty Girl is my cousin Nikki. And what it is um he married this light-skinned woman, and when I got to Texas, they also sent a light-skinned woman to the school. So 1987 to 1993. They also sent a light-skinned woman to the school. And the light-skinned woman was you see what I'm saying? Like every time they send somebody, or when they think that something else is going on, they send a lighter skinned woman. It used to be another woman named Tiffany, another girl named Tiffany that was like that color that was in my class too. So I always think, well, are they trying to like, do they think that does he think that that's like, you know what I'm talking about? My cousin, it's like everything y'all do is like, everything you do is like in relation to my family. So that's what it is. And so it's not a coincidence because now we see how they did Deion Sanders, how they did Chris Brown. So it's not a coincidence. So I think when y'all were like having an argument, it's really like, should I be there? And y'all thought it was my cousin because she's older than me. And it's like, nope, I'm the person that you're referring to. Um, oh my God. So I was 5 years old when this holiday was there. Okay, so let's start. Let's get started. So the first thing is like I said, my cousin is like a lighter skinned girl too, and so I don't know Kenya. I've never met him in my life. Like, and if I did, I probably was like younger. But I know that somebody had to work for me, and I think that I chose him for some reason. That's why I was like, oh, I thought he was a girl, and he's not. So the Kenya that I met at church, she was a girl. You see what I'm saying? So the first production, so that was it. Like the first time I would have had any contact with Kenya would have been for the Cosby Show. So right here. So let's go here. That's why they kept asking me, "Aren't you going to be a doctor? Aren't you going to be a lawyer? Are you going to? What are you going to be?" It's like, no, I'm going to be a writer because he was already helping me write. Um, And so now it makes sense too, because you have all these California people coming to East St. Louis that want to, or people coming through East St. Louis that want to get to California. So it kind of makes sense, but then it's like, ugh. Okay, I'm so sick about this. Okay, so let's see. Kenya, what was I? Oh, like a virgin video. 1984. So I used to always come down the steps when my little friend was helping me, and he would just like, and so that was like, oh my god, I was like, this is what she should do. Come down the steps and they should lift her in the air and all this different stuff. Because we used to watch like all these like old movies or whatever. That was 1984. So like I said, my grandfather, he had a timeline too. I just don't know his timeline. I don't know enough about him to know his timeline. Okay, so then 1985, that's when first they off of MLK, and then We Are the World came out. 1986, my sister was born, and then Oprah got this job. So I was like, how am I related to Oprah? So the whole thing is, me and Oprah have the same personality, and I wanted to be like a host. So how old was I? I think I was six. Let's just keep going. 6, 7. And then it's 8. And this is the year like all these people just got killed in our family. Like all these older people kept dying and stuff. So that was it. So again, another sacrifice, another family, a child is born, and then we have a sacrifice. So they 2 years apart, right? No, they 3 years apart. 7 years old. What? T was born 1983. Okay, Ashley was born 1983. Okay, so that's it. That for me, I'm just like, y'all see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not making this shit up. All right, so next we have 1987, A Different World comes out, and it could be because of Nikki changing schools or whatever. I don't know, or it could be because it's surreal. Who knows? Um, and I don't think Kenya worked on this one, right? right, let's see. Who created a different world? Okay, Bill Cosby. That's so cool. Yeah, because I wasn't going to college. Like, I was like, look how young I was. So 1988, 1987, 19 oh 87, 88. That's when I got to this school, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's when I think I met this fake ass Kim Kardashian person. 1989, George Bush was elected. That's the father, George Bush Senior. Ellen DeGeneres. I was watching her show too, 1989 to 2002. Um, that's when I also met this guy about the real world. So that's kind of how I was already kind of doing stuff with the video, but I don't know. I just met some guy and I was talking to him about it. I was like, you should try this. It might work. And then it came out and I was like, that's my idea. And Nikki was like, yeah, that is your idea. I was like, okay. So 1991, 1992 goes by. 1993, Clinton was impeached and Gore, um, Clinton impeached and Gore. So 1999, I was raped. That's what I was trying to get on there. It's that was his whole 1993 to 2001, but he was impeached 1999. And so I just want to put the rape in there because it's like every time some president is there, I get raped from then on. So 1993, I wasn't raped, but let's look at 1994. Trip to California, 15 years old to Elvira when she started fucking with me or whatever. Then we have Jeff Bezos creates Amazon. I have no clue because I'm just in school on DOS computers. 1995, I meet Rachel, my sister, my dad's child. And then that's when we get Ray J coming out. Ray J stole the bike shirt, the scooter shirt, glasses, life story, reality television. He kept like going through my computer, I guess. I don't know. Um, and then 1996, this is when all this other stuff started happening. Like all these people take some type of interest in me in 1996, and it was because I left my grandmother's house. So at this point, I was 17, going on 18. I'm putting the age I was at the beginning of the school year. I had four roommates, so that's when I was like girlfriends. Oh, okay. So 17 years old. That's also when Destiny's Child came out, all the different stuff. 1997, Princess Diana is killed in a car accident. Cinderella, 1997, Brandy and Whitney. 1998, nothing really. I was just in the studio. I was hiding. 1999, a lot happened too. I think was this that was when Tanika started messing with me, all this different stuff, or trying to befriend me. Internet starts trying to befriend me and mess with me. Joel King starts, so that's when John Legend comes out. And that's it. Like I had like all these like issues with like them being racist towards people, like, and it was like really about Jewish people. Like it was just like all the time they had issues with Jewish people. They have issues with black people too, but it was like when it came to like just it's every time you hear this a swastika, this is a swastika at the school, this is this, that, and the other, and it's like, dude, you don't have to say that. You see what I'm saying? I was actually about to graduate, and then that's when Radiance came and started doing all this other stuff. This like all 1999. So then 2000, I started graphic design business with Kevin. I lived with Jenny from Buffalo, New York. Issues with Jack Gibson. I dated this guy from Chicago. Call him Mr. Chicago. He had to go back. I was raped in 2000 by the Sigma. 2001, George W. Bush Jr. was the president. Gabrielle Union and Chris Howard, they get married. I'm gonna have to later charge her for identity theft and intellectual property infringement. I was raped off campus at a Collinsville apartment twice in 2001 and 2002. Did I get to Kenya Barris yet? Okay. Raped by an Olive Garden worker, 2002. Then we have 2003. That's when I go ahead and bless 50. I think I see him on a TV. He already came out with G Unit clothing though, like for real. So it might have been 2004 or like later in 2003, because it was on MTV. 2003. That's when I bought my Ford XLT. And Nicki Minaj, Lil Kim, and Jamie Foxx. So that's when they start listening in my car. So it's like some of these people, they get contracts just because they listen in my car. That's when Niecy Nash started telling the story about how her child, like I think that was after I almost left me and I had to go on an interview and the person was like, leave your child in the car. So Niecy Nash is somehow connected to all this stuff too. Like it's like when I graduated, that's when they came out with Clean House, and then they also came out with another show called Trash to Treasure. So that's what my teacher used to tell me. You just always turn trash into treasure. Okay, and Kunta had already left. So then this is when it starts getting crazy. So here we go. America's Next Top Model. When I was in school, Keisha, who was one of my roommates, I'm just going to put this in parentheses because some of this stuff is really important. And it's like Keisha, who was one of my roommates, she used to call me a model. So when I was little, I was like 8 or 9 years old. 8 years old when I wanted to model. So my mom would be like, aren't her teeth yellow? And so I like, okay. So my mom would just always kind of bring up that my teeth are yellow when we get to the modeling place. I'm like, she a hater. You see what I'm saying? So then we get to the dentist and ladies, I guess my mom was like standing behind me and the lady's like, I don't think you should get your teeth whitened. And I was like, I think I should get my teeth whitened. And she was like, no, you could just do baking soda and water every day. And so she was just like, are you like, I'm just like, are you serious? So my teeth were stained by tetracycline when I was little because for some reason I was in a tent and I had to have like some type of surgery for bronchitis, which I'm like, how could I have had bronchitis when I still have breathing problems now and I don't? So it's like, are you kidding me? So when I was little, 8 years old, that's when I wanted to model. I didn't model. So then Keisha would always mention that too. Keisha, my roommate from St. Louis, would always say that I could, because they were still stalking me on campus for some reason, could be a model. So then that's when Tyra Banks, that's when he comes. You see what I'm saying? So it's like they have information about me. That's why I'm just like, don't you see that this is matching with my life? So then that's what Keisha says. But all this stuff happens after I leave the entire area. Every time I move, somebody has to rape me, or you see what I'm saying? I just want y'all to pay attention. So now, is it on there? Yeah, it's on there. Yeah, sometimes like I just went back and looked at some of the videos and I was getting kind of skinny, but that's how I look, y'all. When I lose weight, I look so little. Like I was looking at the videos from when I was on Washington. I'm so little. Okay, so then Dave Chappelle show, because he gets something about me too. So he gets like the stories from So Dave Chappelle has stories from, when I look at his show, he has stories from my childhood. He has stories from East St. Louis. That's why he was like, I'm the griot. Like, no, you not. I am East St. Louis and from college. And everything is centered around me. Like, I'm just like, okay. September 8th, you have the Ellen DeGeneres show. So again, they start Ellen back up because I was pissed. Like when Ellen had her first show, I got really mad. So they give Ellen a show. Okay, so now we get her Life, Family, and Listen Up. So I'm gonna look at these real quick and see what they're about. I thought Girlfriends was somewhere in here. So all the people really do follow me too. Like it's like, what the fuck do they follow me for? Okay, so Life, Family is a middle class black family takes in an old friend, a white single mother with a 16-year-old son, even though she thinks traditional family structure we good for him. Different parenting styles and cramped quarters start wearing on everybody's nerves. So, what year was this? So 2004, Blake was not thought of. But what it is like all these people come to, I started to meet the people that are like my friends. Y'all understand what I'm saying? I am at the, what apartments was I at? I was at the Richardson apartments. I was in Richardson, Texas, living by a lake and by Hispanic. I don't think this was like really involving me. I'm so serious. I can't say that this involved me at all. It's like some stuff I just have to be real about. I don't think that involved me, but it could because I don't know. I date different people. Listen up. Some of these I know they involve me, but then others I'm like I don't know what the heck. Tony, yeah, these involve me. So let me tell y'all why. Because this is stuff from college. I was a nanny too. Middle class black family takes in an old friend, a white single mother with a 16-year-old, even though she thinks a traditional family structure will be good for him. Different parenting styles and cramped quarters start wearing on everybody's nerves because that's like us all living in the same house. Like my mother and then I also have Faith as my friend. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So I'm gonna think that this is from a living situation in East St. Louis because all of us ended up moving into the same house and it is small. And Faith was my evil ass friend. Is that bitch, man? I'm just like, what the fuck? I can't stand it, y'all. And the other one was Listen Up. And that's because I used to be in the studio. I used to try to get the jobs for the Alesto. I used to write. I'm really into like soccer. I date like football players. Like I'm always into sports. And again, my grandmother was like, "You're gonna have to marry Deion Sanders." So my life is like kind of centered around sports for real. So Tony Kleinman is a columnist and sports host who doesn't often think before speaking and frankly uses his home life as column fodder. Much of the chagrin of his wife and their two kids, the sitcom is based on the life of writings and sports. I don't think so. It's like where you come up with it at. Yeah, I'm talking about listen. Y'all think I'm playing. It's like I can't fuck without them trying to write the shit down. I just be like, what the fuck is going on? Even what's that one show? What's that one with the dude who was fat? With Holly Berry. I was just like, that shit was kind of, because somebody was trying to get me to go see the motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? It's just like they don't do shit without stalking me. Okay, so then you see I was raped by Munya 2004. And y'all, it was this white lady that was at my job. This was strange. A white woman hired me, and she kept saying, "Why didn't you just stay in St. Louis?" And it's like they would actually come and question me about when I moved. Then somebody tried to do an article about it, y'all. They tried to do an article so I can read about, like, when you move, it's gonna be the same thing every time you move. And it's like that's not the truth, because every area is different. That's how you start to think this person is ignorant. White woman hires me at Tel Vista and is very much in my business. And I'm like, look at the stuff they were doing to me in St. Louis. I don't give a fuck how much. They were paying me like $25, $26 an hour, right? But they were just so fucking rude. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like all the time I had some type of racial issue with, be it a white woman, a black woman. It's just like when I am her, these people are so racist and sexist in ages that it's pitiful. White woman hires me at Tel Vista and is very much in my business about moving, about leaving my job. I had a sub teaching job, leaving my job and moving to Dallas, Texas. And y'all gotta remember, I kind of grew up in Houston. I just didn't want to move back to Houston because it's really hot in Houston, like for real. So I was like, let me try Dallas. That's when I met Marcus or whatever. I think I moved from Tel Vista to, I don't think that was the same year. Break by Munya. So I must have met Marcus in 2005. Let me take that out of there. So here we go. So Girlfriends 2005, and I'm thinking that's based on me and my roommates. What the fuck is, I keep hitting shift and it's like this motherfucker will put a 9. Okay. And also Tracy Ellis Ross is my god sister. I'm not joking. But I don't think he knows that, and if he does, I think that's wrong too. So then you get Kanye, you get Tabitha Brown stalking me at the job and all this different stuff. When you change this to 2005, and I lived with him with 2005, 2006, the entire year 2006. He had me going through domestic violence stuff, like going back and forth to court, and that was it. So 2005, 2006. He would also mention Friday Night Lights 2004. So they made Friday Night Lights in 2004. And he thought it was about Monroe, Louisiana. It's like, I don't know what the fuck this dude owned. He just really wanted to be something to me. And it's like, I don't know why you crazy. That's the same thing with Kanye. I don't know you. And that was it. So then you got Kanye. Tabitha kept following me, and that's when Tabitha kept following me, and I was at the job in my home making stuff. So this is when this man comes and he's like, okay, there it goes. It was sticky. Okay, this is when the man comes. This is when the cube design comes up. Cube design. And it's not for Ice Cube, it's just a cube. I'm thinking of designing some cube type houses or something like that. And I wasn't thinking of houses, I was just trying to make the design. I think the design turned into something else. So they could have got all the stuff from that's when the lemon tree. I was planting the garden on my porch. I made the earrings. I bought the teapot. It was somebody there that was at the job that was mad because I became a vegan.